Hey everyone, it's Martin Sibley here, coming live from the comfort of my own home. As you can see, fridges and pots and pans and everything in the background. Really, this is to slightly commemorate just over a year now, having been going out self-employed on my own, and also to launch probably what's the most craziest and challenging projects that I have done. And as some of you will know, it's been a pretty big year already. In terms of summarising the year work-wise, I think it's become apparent to myself as things have evolved, and hopefully more and more clear to you guys that have been following my progress, that obviously I'm running Disability Horizons with Shrin. I'm also running the e-learning projects around webinars and e-courses and the Disability e-conference, which is coming soon, and they're all going really, really well. And the final part, I guess, is more of a partnership work with public and private sectors, and using my knowledge and expertise of disability, social media, new media, and that's taken me to work in partnership with Hackney Council, with Scope, and obviously more recently with a company in Tenerife. In terms of travel, I spent 2 months out in the north of Spain doing a volunteering project in March and April. I then went straight off, which was crazy spontaneity, and went to Turkey as part of that same programme. And then, as I just mentioned, ended up a few weeks later in Tenerife to thrash out the details of this partnership contract with a disability travel company there. And I think really to launch the Disability European Epic Road Trip, working title, it's actually to combine all of these things in one go. I wanted to do something that was really going to stretch me, as you know I like a challenge, continue the theme of travel, but also tie it much more together with the work I'm doing online as well. So what is this project? Well, the idea is to go off around Europe in my adapted Motability car and have a caravan on the back of the car, acting both as my transport and my accommodation. Obviously I looked in or thought about the potential of hotels and hostels, but with my needs it's just going to be totally impractical and too risky, and also very expensive. So the caravan offers a sort of solution overall of having the accommodation while I'm travelling and being able to sleep no matter where I am. In terms of the route, I'm going to be going down to Spain because obviously I've made a few good contacts down in Spain from my time there, and then the plan is to then head up northeasterly to Vilnius in Lithuania, which is where my grandfather comes from. So there's a personal thing of going back to my roots, but also I really wanted to get over to Eastern Europe and really kind of experience how being in a wheelchair and being disabled is there from my point of view, but also to understand everyday life from other people's point of view. So in terms of the aims of this project, obviously at the moment it may just sound like a kind of woolly Martin going around Europe type scenario, and obviously the first aim of this will be that I want to share my observations, my challenges, my experiences, the ups and the downs, which I think will be very interesting to see how someone with my quite high needs is going to be able to pull off something like this. But moreover, there is another part which I think I want to become more the forefront and the key part of the trip, which is I will interview other disabled people and other disability charities in every single country that I go through. Now in terms of the whole route, you can see the map just below, and you can then have a look at the countries I'll be touching upon, but it's going to be quite a few places, and I want to interview as many people as possible on the route through. The idea of that would obviously be I can look at access and attitudes on a changing landscape of Europe and the good and bad parts of each country, but I think really to unpick how the policies there are from government, how society view disability, and how it is to live in another European country will be very, very fascinating. Off the back of that, I think there's going to be a lot of press. Already with my blog and Disability Horizons, we're hitting up to about 20,000 people a month, so there's already a big audience that I think will be quite enthralled and taken by this. But I've also got Lonely Planet, who are now owned by the BBC, interested in terms of how they can help promote this project to the other audiences. I'm sure there'll be other TV, radio, newspaper coverage, and obviously online I think it will get picked up more and more as interesting as it becomes. And I think seeing is believing, and I think you guys will be with me from the now, but other people will join it once it's a reality and not just a concept. And you know me, I will make this happen. So the other part, the final part, will be the fundraising. I'm going to set up a fundraising page, and basically as the PR grows and more people get enthralled by the trip, I want to start raising money, and basically I will give that money at the end to a couple of disability charities in the UK who have supported me for a long time, and especially in this trip. And then of course some of the disabled people and disability charities that I interview on the route. So there's my experience, there's other people's stories, there's generally raising awareness of disability achievement and disability also as a social problem across all of Europe, and then hopefully raising some funds that can support projects that work on the ground to progress the disability movement. So quite exciting and obviously a little bit scary at the same time, naturally. In terms of what I need for this to actually come off, I've already got the clearance from Motability to take my car, so I'm going to be able to drive. I've already got PAs ready who are happy to care for me and support me with my needs, and they'll help with the driving as well, so that's like another tick. The caravan, accessible caravan, I've been in one, I know that it will work, I know it will fulfill my needs. I almost had a sponsor of a caravan company, and unfortunately they weren't able to provide their demo caravan as sponsorship for this trip that's going to begin in sort of September, October time. So I'm going to carry on pressing other disability accessible caravan companies, but the other option may well be to find an accessible caravan that's rentable and then find the funds that will cover that. Beyond that, really, it's just you guys. You know, if you know of anyone across Europe that would be good to be interviewed and has a story to share and tell, then put me in touch with them. If you have links in with press in the UK or across Europe, then again get in touch. And of course, if you know people with a bit of money that want to sponsor the trip, but as I say, more importantly, start putting the money into the fundraising pot and actually making some difference with finances off the back of this project to leave a bit of a legacy, then again, just get in touch with me or put them in touch with me as well. At the moment, I have to be honest, it's a bit 50-50. I've been planning it for a while, and I wanted to share the progress with you at the moment, and in some respects ask for your help to get the other bits to come together. But I think in essence, and the crux of it is, if I can secure an accessible caravan, then the rest is already good to go. And I think it would just be an amazing experience of going around and the challenges of across Europe and really making a big positive message of disability to the broader public as well, which, you know, I think sometimes within the disability world we talk a lot about the barriers, and quite rightly so, and they will be shared and highlighted more than ever on this trip. But I also just think that, as you know, my message is about positivity, and I just think that something like this would really resonate with people as a cool and interesting and innovative challenge of a guy in his 20s that just decides to up sticks and go and interview other like-minded disabled people. So I'm totally into it, as you can tell. I hope you're behind it all as well too. And as I say, give me feedback if you think there's issues or, you know, pitfalls or worries or concerns. Share them as well. But I probably can promise you I've already had some sleepless nights over them myself. But more importantly, if you've got solutions and contacts and ways that you think I can get all this to come together, then, you know, please get in touch through my comments on the blog, through martin@martinsibley.com email, or on Twitter @martinsibley. So thanks for your time. I hope you're feeling as pumped and excited about the prospect of this, and I look forward to sharing the progress of maybe getting this off the ground, and more importantly actually making this crazy vision a reality. So take care, bye bye.